The drums broke the dawn with hard beats that rolled across the land. Each strike warned of a new day that carried trouble in its breath. The sound pushed everyone awake, and it pushed her even faster. She moved with quick hands, jumping from task to task, as if the drums were pulling her forward. Water moved, baskets shifted, and her steps kept a sharp pace. Then the strange buzz in her pocket made her freeze. Her old phone shook against the cloth. She reached for it slowly, wondering why the morning carried more noise than usual. The name on the screen made her blink. Why is she sending me a voice note this early? She pressed play. A whisper spilled out. Make sure she never finds out. And tell him to be ready. The words hit her like a sudden wind. She stood frozen in the dust, staring at the phone as if it could speak again. She pressed play once more, listening for clues. Who was she? Why this whisper? A quiet question rose from her lips. Why me? What are they doing? She stepped outside slowly, looking around. A figure stood not far away, jumpy, stiff, and unable to look at her. His shoulders were tight and his steps quick, as if hiding something heavy. She hid the phone fast, slipping it into her wrap with a smooth move. Her face stayed calm, but her breath came sharp and short. She walked past as if nothing touched her. The air between them felt thick, heavy, like a storm that had not broken yet. He walked by without a word, keeping his eyes on the ground. Something was wrong. Too wrong. Her phone buzzed again. Another message, another voice. She lifted it with a slow hand and pressed play. If she asks anything, lie. The words struck harder than the drums. Now the trap was clear. The danger was no longer a guess. It was a line drawn around her. Her heart raced. The drums outside faded, but the warning inside her grew louder. Lies were moving. Plans were forming. And she was standing at the center without knowing why. She breathed in long and steady. Trouble was coming, and she knew she could not stand still. I must find out what they're hiding. With that thought, the chapter shifted, and the path ahead opened like a sharp blade in morning light. She ran fast, holding the secret tight in her hands. She pulled her friend aside and spoke in a low rush. There is a strange voice note. Something is wrong. Something is hidden. Her friend's eyes sharpened. This is big. You must find the truth fast. Don't wait. A quick plan rose between them like sparks from dry wood. They agreed to watch every move, listen to every word, and keep their own voices low like the evening wind. A soft knock came, followed by a sweet voice that felt too smooth. My child, how are you today? The smile on her face looked heavy, almost forced. Careful words came back. I am fine. Short answers. Nothing more. No clue for anyone to steal. The eyes across from her slid around the room, searching corners, watching her hands, watching her breath. It was clear something was being checked, measured, judged. Quiet steps touched the doorway, and the old one stood there with the small talking stick held close. The voice came slow and sharp. Truth hides in your own house. A nod, a turn, and the old one was gone. Two sets of eyes met in a quick flash. They both knew the old one never spoke for nothing. The riddle cut deeper than the words. A soft whisper floated from behind the hut, thin like smoke. She stepped closer and heard fast words from two voices. Then the whisper broke off. We were just talking about food. The stiff shoulders told another story. Not here. A rough pull followed, dragging the whisperer away, hiding something once more. The mystery thickened around her. She moved closer again, hoping to catch even one piece of truth before it slipped away. But the whispers faded like dust on the wind. Her friend stepped beside her. Do not let fear win. Push forward. As the sun dropped low and shadows stretched long, she made her choice. I will find out tonight. And the night waited, ready to test her courage. She lay still on the mat with her eyes half closed. Her breath moved slow, but her mind stayed sharp, waiting for the night to speak. The moonlight touched her, but she did not move. She listened. Soft whispers rose behind the door. Two voices spoke low and fast, pushing words through the dark like hidden snakes. Each word carried worry. Each word carried danger. Then the first secret slipped out. She must not know about the land, or the letter. The air around her seemed to tighten. A quick answer followed. I told you she trusts me. She won't look. Those words cut deeper than any blade. She held her breath. Her ears caught every sound, every shift, every broken piece of truth. Her heart beat fast, but she stayed still, letting the night reveal more. When the whispers ended, she rose slowly and stepped outside. What were you two talking about? Her voice stayed calm, but her eyes told another story. A short answer came back, sharp and empty. Nothing important. Then quick steps moved away. Too fast, to be honest. A strange ash pile drew her in. She knelt and touched the warm dust. A piece of paper lay half-burned under the ashes. She pulled it free. A line stared back at her. AMA must never sign. The words felt like fire in her hands. What are they keeping from me? She thought. The question echoed inside her like a warning drum. She carried the burned paper to her friend. Her friend looked at it once and spoke strong. "Take this to the chief. This is law." Then came another push. "If you wait, they will finish their plan." Before she could move, a soft cry rose behind her. A long, sad story poured out thick with emotion. Tears rolled, but the sound held no truth. It pulled and pulled, trying to blind her. Then a slip of the tongue broke the act. "You were never meant to know the truth." The mask fell in one line. Her eyes narrowed. Every clue she gathered pointed to one path. A quiet voice from a passing villager reached her ear. "Your father named you as owner." The truth walked straight into her hands. Now she knew the full plan. They wanted the land before she could claim it. They wanted the power her father placed in her name. She stood tall, fire in her voice. "I will expose them tomorrow." A shadow shifted behind the hut. Someone had heard her. Breath hitched in fear. Then a soft whisper followed. "Then we have no choice now." The night around them grew heavy. Secrets pressed in from every side. The path to dawn felt sharp and dangerous, and the climax waited just ahead. She marched into the open circle, steps firm, fire in her eyes. Her friend kept pace beside her, shoulders straight and steady. Every gaze turned, whispers sliding through the crowd like wind over dry grass. The drums slowed, their rhythm pulling attention to the center. People pressed together, sensing tension, sensing trouble. Eyes flicked from one face to another, and the air carried the weight of expectation. They rushed after her, pushing through the crowd, voices sharp and urgent. "AMA, wait, stop." The calls collided with the murmurs of the villagers. She held her ground, hand raised, voice steady and unwavering. No more waiting. The chief stepped forward, eyes like stone, demanding answers. "What matter brings this noise today?" She lifted the small device in her hand, letting it rest before the circle. "I have a message the village must hear." The chief's command cut through the murmurs. "Play it. Let truth speak." The voice poured out, echoing through the square. "Make sure she never finds out, and tell Kofi to be ready." Gasps ran through the crowd, rising and falling like the sound of the river after rain. Eyes widened, pointing, murmurs growing sharper. A shout split the murmurs, desperate and frantic. It was not meant for her. She lifted the half-burned paper, holding it high. "Then what is this?" The crowd leaned closer, every ear strained as the words of theft and deceit fell into place. The story of stolen land, forged documents, and hidden plots spread like fire through dry grass. The chief's voice thundered, demanding full truth. "Speak now, both of you." Pressure built, weight heavy on a guilty heart. "Mother made me do it." Came a crack, sharp and panicked. A hand grabbed, trying to pull back, whispering sharp commands. "Stay quiet." But the truth would not be restrained. A voice broke free, shouting with the strength of years of lies. "We forged the papers. We wanted the land." Chaos erupted. Shouts collided, bodies pressed forward, anger and shock flaring through the crowd. The square became a storm of voices and accusations. The chief struck the staff hard against the ground, the sound echoing like thunder. Silence. "We will uncover every lie today." The elders gathered, circling her eyes, sharp and judging. The evidence lay bare before them, the stolen truth exposed. A last plea came, soft and trembling. It was for the family. No one moved. No one believed. The center of the circle held the truth, clear and unbroken. The rightful claims stood strong, untouched by fear or deception. They stepped back, their power gone, secrets exposed. The crowd's judgment was silent but heavy. Every whisper turned against them. The chief's voice rang over the stillness. "Your lies end here." The climax struck, sharp and final. All deception laid bare. The guilty stood exposed before the village, their plots shattered by courage and the voice of truth. The chief lifted the papers high, eyes scanning the crowd. Every hand froze. Every face leaned in. He called her forward, and the silence tightened like a drumbeat before a storm. "These are yours." The voice rang clear. Gasps rolled through the villagers, rising sharp and fast, echoing across the square like fire spreading through dry grass. She stepped forward, hands steady as she took the papers. Voices rose around her. "Justice," they shouted, rising and falling like waves. The sound carried truth to every corner of the village. The elders moved with authority, calling him to the center. He stepped forward, eyes down, shoulders tense, knowing the weight of the village's judgment pressed on him. A task was given. Every step he took toward redemption felt heavy. "Let your work fix what your words broke," came a firm voice. The words sank deep. A command and a warning rolled into one. She watched as authority moved swiftly. He was ordered to step aside, his hands bound to action, not words. Each instruction stripped power from deceit and placed it into duty. Another voice rose, sharp and final. "No more tricks." The scribe locked the records, sealing the land and all claims within official eyes. The chance for further deception vanished. He reached out, words trembling on his lips, but she turned away. Forgiveness would not come from her steps, only from his labor. "We walk different roads now," she said plainly, her voice cutting through the murmurs like a knife. A friend stepped to her side, voice loud and unwavering. "You did not fear them. Now you stand strong." The words carried weight, a drumbeat of pride and courage. The elder rose before the youth, staff lifted high, every movement deliberate and commanding. "Truth wins when the brave speak," he shouted, and the cry rolled across every shoulder, echoing in every heart. The village responded with the talking drum, rhythms pounding fast and steady, sealing the judgment, celebrating courage, and marking the day as one of justice and honor. Every hand beat, every foot stepped in time, and the air carried the sound of law and truth embraced by the brave. A whisper rises, soft but sharp, as fear flickers across faces. A lie slips from a trembling mouth. Doubt spreads like fire through the village, crawling from one shoulder to the next, shadowing every gaze. "Are you sure?" Questions rise from the crowd, uncertain and wary. The rhythm of suspicion grows faster, tightening like a drumbeat racing toward a storm. Another voice cuts in, firm and twisting, bending truth with practiced hands. "Do not question me," snaps the one who wields power in sharp tones, shaking heads and pointing fingers without proof. Attempts to speak are swallowed by rising noise. Words of truth stumble over waves of doubt. Friends step back, murmuring, "We don't know what is true anymore." Hesitation clings to the air like smoke. The first lie grows roots, tangled and dark, feeding on fear. "Say nothing," comes a hiss of warning, trembling with panic. Shadows of lies stretch long across the crowd, hiding the honesty that waits in silence. The elders, wise and patient, tap their staffs, feeling the cracks and false words. "Your words do not fit." A voice rumbles and the drumbeat grows sharp, demanding attention. The village rises as one, pressing forward, calling for truth, pounding the rhythm hard and fast. The air vibrates with the need for honesty, and the weight of silence can hold no more. A figure steps forward, small but unyielding. "I will not run," comes the bold declaration, cutting through doubt like sunlight through clouds. The voice steadies unwavering, challenging the shadows of lies. Another rises beside courage, strong and clear. "Let her speak." The voice commands, echoing across shoulders and faces, stirring the rhythm of bravery in every heart. The wise elder points, staff raised with authority, shaking the ground with words. "Let your tongues face the light." The command calls out the hidden, the fearful, and the guilty. A confession bursts from trembling lips. "I lied. I was afraid." The truth rolls across the circle, shattering doubt, silencing whispers, and stopping the drumbeats for a heartbeat. The crowd freezes, listening, stunned by the rawness of honesty. Silence stretches thick and heavy. Before the elders rise, their voices ringing with power and clarity. Courage brings justice to the one who stands tall. The words echo, wrapping the brave in honor and casting away shadows. The chief lifts a hand, steady and unshakable. Truth should never be feared. The declaration rolls, and the villagers repeat it together, the drumbeats slowing, strong and sure, sealing the lesson in every heart. From the back, a quiet voice breaks through, soft but certain. "Look deeper." The truth was always there. Eyes lift, the crowd nods, and the elders move to restore honor, placing justice in the hands of the brave and true. A hidden voice brought light, and light set her free. The village breathes, the drums fall silent, and truth reigns as courage blooms, wrapping all in the warmth of what is right and just.